Hey guys, let's answer question number 1 here. Find each square root. So this little symbol is called a radical symbol. The square root of 144. That means what number times itself makes 144? Well, most of us know that 12 times 12, right, makes 144. So the square root of 144 is 12, right? So that would be the principal square root. Well, technically it's got a second answer. We also know that negative 12 times negative 12 also makes positive 144, right? But on this worksheet, we're only talking about principal square roots, so we're only talking about the positive. But technically it does have 2 answers. So the square root of 400, what number times itself makes 400? Well, we know that 20 times 20 makes 400. So this answer is 20. The square root of negative 25. This one's a little tricky. Is there a number times itself that makes negative 25? Well, let's think about this for a second. 5 times 5 is positive 25, right? So that didn't work. And we know that negative 5 times negative 5 is also positive 25. That didn't work. The only way to make negative 25 would be to do negative 5 times positive 5. That's not the same number, right? So this one I say is not possible, right? You can't do it. So I put NP, not possible. The square root of 50. Well, let's think about this. Another tricky one. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 7 is 49. 8 times 8 is 64, right? So looks like we're between 7 and 8, but pretty close to 8, right? So this one's going to be a decimal. A lot of square roots are decimals. So this one I would need my calculator. If I do the square root of 50, I get 7.071. Just keeps going on. But so if I rounded it, we could say about 7.1. So this was not a perfect square, right? Perfect square means we're not going to get decimals when we take the square root. So this one we would get decimals, but it's between, we figured out it was between 7 and 8. The square root of 25 over 49. So this is a fraction, right? Well, we can just do this pretty simply. The square root of 25 is 5, and the square root of 49 is 7, right? 5 sevenths. We could turn it to a decimal, but we can just leave it as a fraction. And this last one says 4 times the square root of 36, right? So that'd be 4 times square. Well, the square root of 36 is 6, right? 4 times 6 is 24. So anytime you're thinking about square roots, we're thinking about the number times itself, right? What number times itself makes that? They can be fractions. I mean, they could be decimals, right? So if they're not a perfect square, but if they're a perfect square, we're going to get a whole number. All right, I hope that helps.